What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Basement Monsters podcast. We added another one here. My buddy Josh Ward, he showed up. We showed up with the beers. What's up, dude? How are you?
Good, how are you?
You know my man Luke Nettles.
Sure.
Halftime Bears Lions. It was a rough one at the end. It looked ugly at the end. I want to say the first half just leaves me uneasy again. Matt Nagy, there's a good mix. There was a good mix, and then all of a sudden there's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And then there was one or two throws that Mitch is like, what the hell? And then there's a couple of throws that you're like, I think that's the wide receiver's fault.
Well, I could tell you two that could have been huge, and both of them are Jimmy Graham, and both of those are not on Mitch. They're on Jimmy Graham jumping too soon. If you go back and watch him, like both times,
yes, sir,
he's jumping way too soon. One of them was a touchdown.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, you can't put this all on Mitch. The play selection, minus the jet sweep, has actually been pretty good.
You know what? It has been. And
the running game's picked up.
Yeah, the running game has picked up. And, it's just hard. It's hard because like that when they got the ball back with a minute left and you did nothing, like that just makes me feel uneasy about Matt Nagy again. It's like, what was that? Like, you got no yards. And then the ensuing punt, this guy runs it back, for a nice chunk, and you get a penalty on top of it.
Face mask on top of it.
A face mask on top of it, like you're shooting yourself in the foot. Let's talk about Mitch. I'm gonna let you lead off. I'm gonna have to grab this plug-in. But talk about what you saw with Mitch Trubisky.
No, I think for the most part, I think Mitch has looked pretty decent. I mean, you can't really ask much more. He's had a couple, big throws, over 20 yards. He's thrown it out to the flat a couple times. I think the Bears are using they're using their running backs better than they have in the past year or two.
How about that?
They're starting to, like Tariq's lining up in the back and then running out to the, get up on the line. So, I think they're actually now finally saying, okay, we need to give Mitch Trubisky what he needs to work. So I would say there's not a lot that you can really say bad about him. I don't see like a lot of bad throws. Like a lot of them were really close. They were that one with Robinson where it went off his hand.
See that one?
That's another bad jump.
That one, like you have to be like the linebacker fell, and I think the linebacker maybe makes a play on it. Mm-hmm. I don't say not necessarily intercepts it, but he makes a better play on it than fall into his knees. But hey, Rob, that hit you in the hands.
Right.
That should have been a catchable, pass. Like the guy fell down. Like that's inexcusable to me. Like you should have had.
Well, he should have went with both hands. He tried to one-hand it.
Right.
Like come on.
Right. We got Armando Lara Jr. says the Bears won't win with Trubisky as a starter. And I mean, I don't see why, you're wrong, Armando. Like I don't see why you're wrong. I mean, it's good, as decent as he's played. Like we said, there's still these, there's these just miss. Like we don't see him actually connecting with these guys. We don't see it. We don't see the flow. We saw like the game right now. The game has been a battle of which team has the momentum, which team has a rhythm on offense. That's what the game has been to this point. The defenses have both been shoddy at best.
Right.
But I'm sorry. What was it?
Another comment.
Oh yeah. But the thing is that Matt Nagy, you need to find a rhythm with the guy. If you've been moving him in and out, you've been sometimes he'll stay in the pocket, but you've been moving him in and out. Well, keep up with it. Accelerate that. Accelerate what you do best. If you do one thing very, very good, do that one thing very, very good. Or if you could do multiple things, just do what you do best at an accelerated rate. Because right now you can't keep trying new things with him. I like the way the running game's done. First play of the game, run up the middle with Dave Montgomery
and Cordero coming out of the backfield.
That was a question. That was questionable with him going back there. And I'm a big advocate of it because like with Cordero, He just is one cut and upfield. Just get him going upfield.
Right.
Don't get him going side to side.
No,
Get him going upfield, and you see what happens. He
Right.
could truck a linebacker.
Yeah.
The guy is strong enough to truck a
Yeah, he's a
linebacker.
big guy.
So for me, I think it's a good mix of run. Finally, stick with the run. You're down 13-6. It's not 33-6.
Right.
Stick with the run. Do not stray away from the run. And I think you're going to start because, as the commentators are talking, they were saying the Bears' offensive line started to look like they were imposing their will.
Mm-hmm.
Stick with the run, dog. If these guys are hungry, stick with the run.
Yeah, I mean, just bouncing off Armando's comment about the Bears won't win with Trubisky. You know where I stand about the guy. Like, I can't stand the dude. Like, I don't even understand why he's still playing in the NFL. Like, he should be on somebody's practice squad, as far as I'm concerned. But here's my thing. Here's my thing, though. And this is what I was talking to you about in the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Bears are in a lose-lose situation.
Right.
Because if they start Trubisky and he tanks,
Right.
and you bring in Foles and Foles wins, then you look like an idiot for starting Trubisky. Now, you could put the shoe on the other foot. If you would have started Foles and he looked like garbage, Trubisky comes in and he starts winning, you look like it's a lose-lose.
Luke, you're preaching to the choir. Like,
no, I know. I'm just saying.
It's definitely you're definitely
it's
right.
to the point. Like it's just one of those things where like they just kind of work themselves into this pickle, and they're just now it's like okay now. You got your guy. You're back.
This is it. Like, it's the first sign of animosity, right?
Yeah.
This is the first sign of struggle. You're down. It's a deficit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see this. It's game one. If he does not overcome this, let's say they don't come back and win, and Mitch is not a part of that success.
Yeah.
Nick Foles is starter week 2. So honestly, this game is the biggest game of Mitch's life. Like, this is the biggest game of his Bears career. Because he could be gone next week.
Games.
Yeah, but if he lays an egg in this next half,
yeah.
If he lays an egg this next half, he's done.
I don't know that you could go to. I mean, I don't know that you go to Foles like next game, but I'm just and like I said,
it doesn't help me.
No preseason. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt, which I really don't want to, but
right.
I'm gonna just every team across the board today is gonna have things happen just because there's no preseason. Yes, camp, but like the preseason helps.
Right. We got another comment. Javier Gomez Jr. Can we get our wide receiver to make a better effort? And I think he's talking about Anthony Miller. Josh, Anthony Miller, there's a couple passes to him where I'm like this guy doesn't look like he knows what route it is. There's a corner route into the end zone, and he looked like he was running a 9. He looked like he was supposed to be going straight.
He was running up the seam.
Yeah, he was just going up the seam like dog. The end zone's there. Like you have to make an effort to get yourself open. Separation. I haven't seen any separation from Anthony Miller.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely the receivers and the quarterback don't look in sync yet.
No.
It's definitely you could see it on the Bears side that the training camp and the missing preseason definitely hurt them. So you gotta give them a couple weeks, I think, till they start getting better. And Anthony Miller, I feel like he's more of a slot receiver that goes for those slant routes and everything. He's not that guy that's going to be running down the field, making those big plays. That's what you pay Allen Robinson for. So, yeah. What about that new guy, that new receiver, Mooney?
Darnell Mooney. Jr. I think Darnell Mooney the third.
Mooney. Whatever.
Either way, Darnell Mooney is show like Darnell Mooney looks like who Anthony Miller should be.
Well, he looks
so far he's only got a couple passes, but so far,
like you said, a better version of Gabriel.
Yeah. Right. A longer, lengthier version of Gabriel. So far in the targets that he's had and the plays he's made, I like the kid. I like him. He looks good. He looks good. So if you got to go ahead and separate yourself from an Anthony Miller to hit a Darnell Mooney, by all means, do that this next half. But my key point, and we're gonna go. We're gonna get to the other games around the league in a second. My key point for this next half for a Bears win: make sure you continue to establish the run. You continue to go after them because you've been finding success.
And
you've been getting chunks.
Mitch has had over 20-yard passes.
And those
play action.
Absolutely, sir. And if you stray away from that, Matt Nagy, it just shows me that you haven't grown as a coach in your third year,
or that he just doesn't want to learn,
or you just want to be,
do Nagy,
or you want to just be you. You just want to be.
That's what it is.
But be you, but better this half.
Be a better you.
Yeah, be a better you. So we're gonna go for news around the league. Josh has that for us.
All right, well, we're going to kick things off with the Jets and the Bills. Right now, the Bills are spanking the Jets 21-3. You got Allen with 156 yards, 2 TDs, and 1 rushing touchdown for the Bills, and John Brown adding 5 receptions with 66 yards.
Nice.
Packers and Vikings. Packers are whooping the Vikings 22-7. Rodgers 155 yards with a touchdown. Devontae Adams 9 receptions, 102 yards, and a TD. The Vikings are struggling to put offense together. You got Kirk Cousins with only 32 yards.
Wow.
And Taline with 2 receptions and 32 yards.
Kirk Cousins is I'll say this. Kirk Cousins has the greatest agent in the history of the world because he bamboozled the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as say he's a carpetbagger, but like he got that money and he's not living up to the.
I don't know. You put it all on him though. Like you also got rid of Diggs. I mean, you're not giving this guy a lot of options.
Yeah.
Right. I'll get another comment from Lloyd Davidson. I tried to tell you kids how to play football for years. Big Lloyd in the house. Big Lloyd in the house.
Oh, we got the Vikings and Washington, or I'm sorry, the Eagles in Washington. The Eagles, Carson Wentz with 184 yards and 2 TDs. Washington struggling to put offense together also. Dwayne Haskins only 32 yards. Antonio Gibson with the bright spot, 6 carries for 33 yards.
All right, man. You know what? They just kicked off the second half of the Bears-Lions.
Yeah, let's cut
we'll get back to you guys in the post game. Until then, I'm Ivan Vargas, my boy Luke Nettles, and my boy Josh Ward. Hopefully these guys get a clue, huh?
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all
later.